Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is October the 2nd, 2024, and it's time for Stamp of the Month. What's Stamp of the Month? Well, every month I do a video about a stamp, a series of stamps, a topic on stamps, and we attach a giveaway to it. And I'm lucky enough to have Liverpool Stamps as a partner, and they send me some philatelic material. And now I've got some other people that are also sending in philatelic material, like Stephen in Australia, that helps bolster what I have to give away. This is no different. I do have a bunch of stuff that we're going to talk about for the giveaway, and you're going to have to listen for what the secret word of the day is. And so when you use that word in this video alone, you'll get a chance to win the giveaway, which I have at the middle of the month. So usually about the 15th. That can vary. Last month it was the 25th because I hadn't had to recover from being sick, and so right now the 15th kind of falls in around Thanksgiving, so I'll watch to be exactly what day we're going to have this giveaway, but around the 15th. All right, that being said, if you're finding this channel for the first time and you're wondering what's going on, well, make sure you like, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, you leave the message of the day in this video so you can be entered to win the giveaway, which I'm going to show later. There's a bunch of stuff to show when we talk about the topic. All right, make sure you put the notification bell on too so you don't miss out on anything going forward. So what is today's topic? Well, it's not going to be a stamp or a series of stamps. It's going to be a broad range topic. It's getting closer and closer, isn't it? Well, in the 50s, everybody was all about the Wild Wild West, at least here in North America. They wanted their cowboy toys. They wanted their cap guns, all those sort of things. It kind of reminds me of the Pixar movie Toy Story. I'm sure you've seen it by now. If you haven't, this is kind of the general idea how it starts. It's a little boy named Andy who has a bunch of toys, and the toys all talk and interact with each other. His favorite toy until the birthday that's going to happen at the start of this movie is his cowboy named Woody. And so Andy has a birthday, and he brings home a new toy. And his new toy is a space toy named Buzz Lightyear. And so this kind of becomes his new obsession. And it's kind of a exact representation of what's going on in the world at that time, too. So in the 50s, everybody was kind of thinking about the Wild Wild West, at least in television and movies. We had just finished having World War II at the end of the 1940s. 1945 it finished up. And so America was, moving on and looking for new things. There was this new dynamic politically that had happened in the world. We'd shifted from Great Britain, who owned the seas, and the sun never set on the British Empire. That had come to an end at the end of the Second World War, and we had the rise of capitalism versus communism, the United States versus the Soviet Union. And so they kind of turned their eyes away from the Wild Wild West into space. Who was going to control space? Because whoever controlled space would control the planet. That was kind of the thought. We had this Cold War was going on. At the end of the Second World War, the United States brought in a bunch of Nazi scientists. This is kind of the dark history. But yeah, a bunch of Nazi scientists came over the United States to start up the U.S. space program. They brought with it their information about V-2 rockets. Those V-2 rockets would then be expanded to be able to send satellites into space and humans into space in the future. And in 1948, the very first, what we call space stamp came out about Fort Bliss, and it shows this V-2 rocket on it. So we're deeming that the first space vehicle on a stamp. Show it here. And from there, the race was on. The United States versus the Soviet Union, and in the early going, the Soviet Union was winning every race. They were the first to put a satellite into space in 1957 with Sputnik. They were the first to put an animal into space. They were the first to put a man into space. They were the first to put a female into space. They were even the very first one to put a space station into space, but that's getting ahead of things. The U.S. didn't really catch up until they were the first to put a man on the moon, and that was in 1969. So for the longest time, the USSR, the USA, were back and forth on space, and they did the same thing with their stamps. So you're going to see a bunch of amazing stamps in the giveaway portion of this, featuring both those countries and some of the other countries that were linked to them. Excuse me. And yeah, so I'll put up a few stamps here and there, but for the most part, the race was between those two countries. And by the mid-70s, we'd launched a few more rockets into space. The mid-80s, we had the big Challenger explosion. After about 86, we kind of turned our eyes away from space. We didn't talk about it as much. NASA wasn't sending as much up there. We did create this global space station, which cosmonauts and astronauts and other members from other countries, scientists, went up to be a part of. So that was a big thing. Wasn't until 2019 that we kind of had a new player come onto the scene when it comes to space, and that was China. China was the first to land someone on the far side of the moon, the dark side of the moon, if you will. So that has changed things a little bit. I don't know if we're changing dynamics. We are talking further away, and we're talking private enterprises now. It's not just a nationalism thing. We have billionaires that are creating their own space ships or space rockets that are going to be sending private individuals who want to spend the money for a chance to break through the atmosphere and go into space. That's starting to be a thing. There is a talk about getting to Mars, the race to Mars. Who's going to be the first company to get there, setting up a colony there? And we give it up on Earth and are trying to go to another planet. Hopefully that's not the case. But there is this renewed interest in space. Okay, you probably noticed that there's a break in it. I had a bit of a coughing fit, so I thought I'd cut that out so you'd have to listen to me cough. I want to talk about what word you have to use. What's the secret word? Well, it's not really a secret. If you put the word space in the comment field, you can use it all by itself. You can incorporate it into a sentence some sort of creative way. That's what will get you entered into the giveaway in the middle of this month. And before I get into showing you what's in that giveaway, I want to talk about Liverpool Stamps once again. So if you go to their website, www.liverpoolstamps.co.uk, you get a chance to have some additional savings, and they've ramped it up for me this month. So on anything you purchase, if you put in the code TDG, which is that dad guy, TDG, you're going to get 15% off your order, blanket wide. And that's good not just for October, but going through till the end of the year. On top of that, if you put in TDG OCT, as in that dad guy October, you're going to get 15% off of any of your Commonwealth stamp purchases, plus you'll get a free penny red. So thank you to Liverpool Stamps for giving more savings to anyone who is watching my videos and increasing the awareness by giving us some stuff for the giveaway every month. I really appreciate it. What's in that giveaway? Let's start to look at that. So we've got some first day issues. Kind of nice, from 1978. First Man on the Moon. We've got an airmail here, really nice stamps. Another first day issue that has both stamps, so you get this full picture. There's one from Czechoslovakia. The envelope has been well used, but has a really nice cancellation on there too. Here is a first day issue from Canada postcard. And then we have these ones here. I thought about even keeping these ones, but I think they're really cool. But I'm going to send them off because I think they're also a really good giveaway. Those are some beautiful stamps. There's a nice block. You have the first day issued. Now you have the mint stamps of those. More mint. These ones here, try to turn it. You saw the first day issues. Well, you got the mint versions. So some gorgeous stamps. And along with that, Stephen from Australia has sent in some packets of stamps. So I'm going to open those up, display them for you so you can see them better. All right, Stephen sent 3 packets of stamps. This is the first packet, Republic of Haiti. So we're going to see how countries from all around the globe have put out stamps that have space themes on them. And these ones are gorgeous because they have the additional bit attached to them as well for the most part. This one here in the end does not, but all the other ones did. And we're seeing African nations, we're United Nations, or United States, German, Soviet stamps. There's Czechoslovakia. All sorts of countries have put out space-themed stamps. Cameroon, Saudi Arabia. And they come in a variety of shapes and sizes, from small to triangular. I love the fact that so many countries have participated in putting out space-themed stamps. Even the UK there. So that's one folder. So this first stamp is the 10th anniversary of the world's largest telescope. And then this one's a joint Soviet-Afghan space flight. Joint Soviet-Austrian space flight. Cosmonauts Day from 1984. And then 140 days in space, followed by 237 days in space. And then Cosmonaut Day as well for these 3 stamps. And then we have this one here, which is the 25th anniversary of the first artificial satellite. And this one is International Satellite Search System. Cosmonauts Day again, the monument that was created. Satellite communications. And the 40th anniversary of the first woman in space. And that is an actual booklet, so you can open this one up to reveal the stamp. And the special cancellation there as well. So that is the second booklet of stamps. The third booklet are these ones here. You can see with border, without border. This is Cosmonauts Day as well, 1963. And then there is this set, which is Soviet-Czech joint space flights. You can see the Soviets had lots of joint flight. This one is Soviets and the Cubans. Put out that set of stamps. Then this one here is the Soviet and Mongolian set of joint space flight. 10th anniversary of the first manned space station. Just let it focus in there. Those are actually 2 there are 2 stamps. You see them joint there together to make the one. And so there's 2 stamps in that one. This is the 50th anniversary of the stratospheric flight of the USSR. This is the 50th anniversary of the birth of the first man in space. Then we have a joint set for flight with Soviet Union and India. And then, that cheat sheet here. International Venus Halley's Comet. Soviet-Bulgarian joint space flight. International Space Project. 30th anniversary of the first moon flight. And then finally, the 15th anniversary of the first walk in space. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And there are a lot of stamps. So now are you getting excited about potentially being the winner of this giveaway? There was so much stuff in this. Lots of stuff that I probably would have kept for myself, but I'm trying to make a habit of sending back out into the world. And it seems like the more I send out into the world, the more comes back to me anyway. So it is a revolving door, and I'm happy to be a facilitator for it. So super excited about you guys getting a chance to win this giveaway on space. Great theme. Last month's theme on birds was a huge success. I expect people will want these space stamps as well. And so good luck to anybody who enters in this draw. And I've got 2 more months of giveaways to do this year still, and I'm already preparing for it. I've already got a bunch of stuff in for them. It's just a matter of getting to those months to talk about it. All right, I'm excited about this month's theme on space. Hopefully you are too, and good luck. Have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?